Hey guys, Houston Cowdog here, custom 1_64 farm trucks on Instagram. Check me out over there. Okay guys, we're going to go over some Chevrolet trucks I've been working on this week in this video. I'll show you those two or three that I showed in the last video I made. Been working on some of these Matchbox 75 Chevy Stepsides lately. Really like that casting a lot, guys. And this newest release of it, I've really had fun with. This is a, I don't know if this truck made it in maybe in the background in the last video, but that's just a Hot Wheels 83 Silverado stretched with some dually rear fenders on it, some M2 dually wheels on it. I try to do somewhat of a kind of a period correct paint scheme on it, that orange or burnt metallic orange with like a tan. Looks good, but it's not entirely accurate on a real, I don't know, 83 or 84 or even 85, 86. The top color would not have come down that low. It would have been higher, about halfway down between the body line and the top of the bed. This truck was really popular on Instagram. I posted it within an hour. I had 100 likes. And I think it made it up to nearly 200 likes, which for me is a lot. Most of the time I've got around 2,000 followers, and it's rare that I even get 100 likes on a picture of a custom truck, which is mostly what I post. This truck was popular. I'm not really, I kind of have a rule of almost never showing trucks until they're entirely or completely finished. I went ahead and showed this one because it was so popular, but it really needs to have that interior painted tan, still gray. And those wheels need to be painted white. But it sucks painting those M2 truck wheels because you got to paint them and you got to let them cure for a couple of days before you try putting the tires back on them, because that white paint will rub off on the tires. So I don't know, I might just leave it black. It's a pretty cool truck. It's not my, I personally do not like the, I wouldn't say that I like it. I just think it's not a great casting. This Hot Wheels 83 Silverado. Lost a wheel there. And I'll tell you why. Because I think that the dimensions are not correct on it. It's something about, I don't know if it's the distance between the back of the rear wheel well and the bumper is not long enough, but there's something about this casting, and especially when you stretch it into a long bed, it doesn't look quite right. It doesn't look bad. Like, this truck doesn't look bad. Maybe it's something with this front windshield rake, or this line right here is too, I don't know, curved or something. I just don't think it's a great casting compared to this casting, which I think is off the charts. Perfect. The Matchbox 75 Chevy. I just think that looks so much better. Anyway, I've been working on these. Now that these finally, several months ago when this Chevrolet Trucks series was released, these were real hard to find. I found a couple of them one day in Walmart, didn't find any more for forever. Now they finally started showing up, so I've been able to find 10 or 12 of them. Enough of them to where I can start, I can save a few and start customizing a few. I did this one a couple of months ago, or even longer, 3-4 months ago. Did this one first, which is just in a simple light blue with some M2 wheels on it. I really like this. Actually might be my favorite. I think this will probably be the crowd's least favorite, but this is my favorite. I like that color. M2 wheels. And then I did this truck, which is a fleet side 73 to 80. Did it by taking a Hot Wheels 83 Chevy bed, cutting it off and putting it on that Matchbox cab. And like I said in the video, I'm going to start making more of these now that I've kind of figured out how to do it. But it is kind of time consuming. I spent the better part of a Saturday building that truck. I need to figure out a way to do a better job on those, on the chrome molding on the side. And then this week, over the past couple of days, I built these two trucks. They haven't seemed to have gotten a lot of attention on Instagram. In fact, very little. But I figured out a way to mask that that factory or that Matchbox two-tone color. And the trick was masking off this recessed area on the step side between the cab and the rear wheel well. And so I figured all I need to do, you basically do it in a modular way. You mask off here and there forward and just spray that center area. And then from there you can mask it off in sections and get everything painted without disturbing that center two-tone area. And then I did it again today in I think that is a Tester's one coat lacquer paint, color bronze, but it really comes out just kind of as a slightly darker gold. I think both of these turned out really nice, and I think what I'll do is I'll duplicate both of these in this color, and then I will lift them and put some of those nice period correct green light wheels and off-road tires on them. And I told you guys I would show you this. That's the new Maisto ramp truck bed. It's really nice. Really appreciate Maisto building that. It came with the Ford cab over cab on it. And I stripped that off. I had to stretch that frame in order to put this M2 C60 cap on it. It's still completely functional. And I'll show you guys how I stretch that frame. It's actually a combination of the old frame, and then I took some styrene, and actually it's this, I don't have any of the raw styrene in here to show you, but you see that top piece, it's like a 1/8 inch piece of styrene. Took 2 strips of that, I cut that frame, cut the M2 frame, glued a couple of pieces of that styrene to the bottom, and then glued that to the bottom of that Maisto bed, and it turned out perfect. And that actually has the original Maisto wheels on it, which are really nice, and as a matter of fact I think they're a lot nicer than the M2 2-ton truck wheel. So as I've only found one of these Maisto ramp trucks so far. As I find more, I'll grab them. They're $8 each, so they're not cheap. But as I find more, I'll grab them. Maybe I'll make a Ford 56 COE version, and maybe even a Dodge. And again, I showed this in the last video, but this is the Mustang that came on that ramp truck. It was kind of like a Kelly green with racing decals. I stripped it and painted it this dark green and put some M2 wheels on it. Okay, that's it, guys. That's Billy Roy. He lives in the neighborhood. He lives over here. He's always got the fuzz coming by his house because he is a bad dude. He's always getting in trouble. He drinks a lot and parties a lot. But dude loves second-gen Trans Ams and Camaros. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys.